So questions? Discoveries? Challenges?
Mine's a discovery. I felt that lesson was really fabulous in finding my undulation of my spine. The movement of the legs in and out, I could feel that made my spine undulate. And then coordinating that, it's sort of like riding a wave, I guess, being able to stand up and riding that wave of undulation. It was really fascinating. So thank you, I love that.
Thank you.
I found it really, really, really helpful doing, when I was being B, having the experience of doing it on 2 different people, because it really enabled me to make some sort of distinctions and have a sort of frame of reference for how different bodies feel and behave through planes of movement, which was good.
Great. So imagine when you've done it on 100 people or 1,000 people, the quality of the frames of references or the details, distinctions.
Yeah.
Because I'm very uncomfortable in sitting, I found that I was starting to get tired the second time I was A. And I got to a point where I had trouble standing up. And I thought, but I did this before. And it was just that I was getting fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of lost the ability. So that was interesting.
And you feel able to take a rest?
I should have lain down on the floor and taken a rest, and I didn't. But that's my kind of modus operandi. So I just need to be more aware of that.
So maybe this experience will give you more information next time when you start to feel fatigued or something's not working, that, you know,
need to lie down on the mat. Yeah.
Take a rest.
Yeah.
Always takes a priority.
Yeah.
In here for your learning.
Okay.
I mean, we're always going to push that boundary and maybe overestimate, you know, take a rest, all those. But gradually you learn to notice what's happening in your experience, that where you can make a decision, a wiser decision about whether rest is what you need more than the exploration or vice versa. But unless you've rested too soon, rested too late, rested, you know, in all the possibilities in that continuum, it's harder to change the habit of tending to do and to have the internal understanding that would help you find that.
Yeah. So experiment with resting. Yeah. Thank you.
We actually take it as a great indicator of learning. It's not that we want all sleeping bodies all over the floor, but that we can see that you're pacing yourselves. That we see.
Feedback. It's also feedback, because I appreciated really that Priscilla told me she needs to have things slower because she's not feeling well. It makes her feel sick. So I thought that was really good, that feedback.
Great.
So I think maybe also the feedback.
Feedback is really important to learn to, and as you're learning to give it in here, you're learning some of the possibilities that can happen when you start working with people externally and expanding what's the composite, what is within the environment that needs to be addressed for the learning of the person that you're engaging with.
I don't know whether it's just through the repetition and having done it a few times now and talking about it, but it's starting to feel a lot easier to talk about what I'm seeing and to define what I'm seeing in a way that feels really separate from a loaded way of looking at it or a judgmental way of looking at it, or I suppose it's still comparative, but without being... without sort of coming up with a sort of value value,
Loaded or whatever.
which
Great.
feels really liberating to be able to talk about and see things from that perspective. Yeah.
Thank you. Other people finding that too? Fabulous. Maybe we'll make this the last one.
Yeah, similarly, I well, I just think we have so much conditioning about body shape as women, and I found it very interesting to be very curious about different shapes.
Thank you. Okay. So let's take lunch. Today we're